We have wine, we have perfume, we have company. What else do you need? Hi guys, it's Actual. How's everyone doing? New format again. I'm going to try and do this. I'm not trying my green screen this time, so it's not going to mess up everything else. However, I'm doing a spotlight today on L'artisan Parfumeur. This brand, they have so many perfumes. I wanted to do this video because I have gathered myself 10, I think, or 11 fragrances by them. And I do spotlights like this because it's a good way to get a feel for a brand. It's a good way to get, although not going in depth with every fragrance, it's a good way to get a feel for what their style is and the materials they use, because every brand has its own signature of how they blend their fragrances, what they do, the materials they source. And this brand is a brand that I have been asked to review quite a few times in terms of individual fragrances, but it's one of the brands that makes me shudder because they have 96 fragrances according to Fragrantica, and to me that's overwhelming. It's kind of like, where do you go, what do you do, who am I, what's going on, where do I start? Anyway, so I have 10 of them and I'm so dumb. I am literally so dumb. I was like, yay, do you know what, I'm going to do it on my phone, I'm going to try this new thing. And then I realized that usually while I'm doing a spotlight video, I access my phone to look at notes for things. So I'm having to have my laptop right here, which is whirring away because it's so damn old. Yeah, my birthday's coming up soon, guys, June 18th. New laptop would be really nice. Anyway, I've reviewed 2 of these fragrances individually. I reviewed something about a butterfly, Papillon aux Chasses Extreme, something like that. And then I reviewed Saffron Troublant, which is my girl Tammy's signature fragrance. Hi Tammy, I hope you watch this. But yeah, I've got some here, so I'm gonna be smelling them. I'm gonna give you my overall idea. Some of them are little 5ml cute things like this. Look at them, they're cute, aren't they? But some of them are sprayer sample thingies. So I'm just gonna dive straight in. I have no idea. I know that my preconceived notions of this brand are that when I've smelled them, I've felt an air of simplicity about them. I felt that they almost could be layered because of the way they smell to me. Nothing is super complex. I think it's just kind of stripped back French elegance and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be turning to my laptop quite a bit. Oh gosh, I still can't get used to looking at the camera this way. You guys are right there. If I do this, I'm talking to you. You over there, okay? So Fragrantica says that these guys were quite innovative in what they did in perfumery. They created these ball things that had, I think, crystals in them, that scented crystal things. I guess a very early version of potpourri, but much more classy. And apparently the fragrance lasted 2 years. It was a way to scent your home, something like that. They also did something else. Like, let me just have a quick look. Let me one look. Yeah, that was so many words. Anyway, let's smell them because I want to just smell them. So, the first fragrance in the bunch is called Kilig. That's back to front. Yay, that's fun. I don't know if it's going to come out frontwards when I do it because I haven't done this before. So, let me quickly look up what's in there and we'll have a look and we'll see how it smells. By the way, side note, while I'm looking this up, I'm going to do a live stream like this soon-ish. I'm breaking through a barrier. I will be doing a live stream from my phone like this. I bought this microphone and stuff in order to get the best sound and stuff like that. So the live stream is upcoming and I hope I will be able to do it soon. I just need to get over a few demons and stuff, you know. You know how it is. So Kilig is about flirtation. It says it's to flirt or something like that. And it's a fruity fragrance and it features notes of fig. I thought that was shelled peas right then, but it isn't. Clary sage, pine needles, mandarin, lentisque, which is a really light resin. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of citrusy green resin smell. and then jasmine, rose, ambroxan, and violet. And this smells lovely. This is probably one of the more lovely ones I've smelled. I've only smelled 3. I really like this. It's essentially a fig fragrance, but it's not that green, buttery, sometimes verging on coconutty type fig. It's very smooth. I really like this. I've only smelled 2, and by now this is the best one. The third one is the best one. Now I'm excited about the rest, because I did have, like I said, a preconceived notion about this brand. I thought they were kind of simple, clarity, easygoing, easy to wear kind of things, and this is, Bo is going a little bit more crazy now that I'm recording. Always happens. This is nice. I really like it. I don't feel much floral from it, but I do feel a very smooth fig note. And what's this here? Clary sage. I don't know. I guess I could say it's kind of an aromatic fig, but it's way smooth. It's the first thing that I feel is a smooth figginess, really pleasant, and it's not a typical fig. There was a time where I actively sought out fig fragrances. The first time I smelled fig leaf and fig fruit in fragrances, I was wowed, and I actively went around and said, I need to add a lot more fig fragrances to my collection, and it reminded me of ponds. The first time I smelled fig leaf, I thought, I can smell pond, and it reminded me of my childhood, because I used to like mess around in ponds and collect newts and take them home in jars, and then they died. Don't judge, I was a child, okay. Nice, smooth. I like this. It's got the tiniest touch of a figgy leaf thing, but it's more about the fruit, and it's relatively simple, in keeping with my whole idea about this fragrance. This company. So, let's move on. This one is called Seville à l'Aube. I am so gonna mess up. If this comes out backwards, I apologize, but maybe it won't. Maybe if I turn it that way and read it to you again. Seville à l'Aube, eau de parfum. So this one, upon reading, is some kind of religious connotation, and the name Seville makes me think that it's going to be orangey, because when I hear the word Seville, I think of oranges or orange blossom, and yes, it is. The notes are orange blossom, beeswax, petitgrain, which is the twigs and leaves. That's such a beautiful note, by the way. If you can ever get petitgrain essential oil, smell it. It's amazing. Then you have frankincense, lavender, tobacco, and jasmine. I like this. There's some kind of astringentness going on here. There's something a bit wacky and a bit incensey at the same time. But it's mainly neroli and orange blossomy smelling. But it feels a little bit more edgy than what I think of as an orange blossom fragrance. There are tons, of course, but the freshness of neroli is so beautiful, and orange blossom as well, beautiful. This has got a kind of wacky undertone that's a little bit dirty. And where is that coming from? Is it beeswax? I don't know. Fragrantica says that beeswax is one of the secondary notes. I don't know. I feel like this one has orange blossom the tiniest bit ruined for some reason. It feels waxy, and not just because I read beeswax, but it's like the sparkle and the green beauty that you get from neroli and orange blossom, and the honeyness has been almost like dampened and a little bit darkened from a strange waxy note. Maybe it's beeswax, I don't know, we'll see. I think I'm just gonna have to move the bird. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just going to have to put him in his quiet corner. Naughty step, I'll be back. Okay, the bird is put to bed, the baby's put to bed. I can continue with this video. I feel like I moved the microphone as well. I felt like I needed to, because of when I do this, it sounds weird. Anyway, I wanted to say about this fragrance that orange blossom to me is usually green. There's honeyed facets. There isn't the kind of opened texture to it. And in this one, the notes that are in there make this feel super smooth and really, really rich. I almost feel like there might be tuberose in it that's hidden away somewhere in the background, because it's very heady. It's very sweet. It's a very syrupy neroli orange blossom fragrance that I feel is kind of almost stepping over onto being a bit sickly. It's one of those things where I just feel personally, if I wore this all day, I would get a little bit sick of it and a bit overwhelmed by it. Orange blossoms to me, you know, it's summer, it's fresher, it's more bright and beautiful, and this is like, there's so many things washing over the orange blossom and the neroli, which is making it dense and heavy and in a weird way beeswaxy syrup, and I don't know about that one, so we're going to move on. Okay, so I'm excited. This one's called Nuit de Tuberose. If you watch my videos at all, you know that I am a tuberose lover. I love this flower. This flower is intoxicating to me. It's dreamy. I love it. It gives me the feels, basically. So this is going to be L'Artisan Parfumeur's tuberose. It's Nuit de Tuberose. So am I going to go down that road of thinking, okay, it's called Nuit, which means it's going to be like a nighttime dark tuberose? Let's see. Tuberose, pink pepper, cloves, galbanum, peach. What is this wood? Ylang ylang. Precious woods. Resins of a nondescript. Nature, musk, rose, and mandarin orange. So, why does this not smell like tuberose at all? This doesn't smell like tuberose at all. This smells citrus. It smells, I know obviously citruses are the opening of fragrances, but tuberose does not hold back. Tuberose does not care. When tuberose is in a perfume, it's there. Straight away, you know that it's there, and this is, if it's even a tuberose fragrance, one of the lightest things I've smelled. Is this the right label? What's going on here? Have I got the right thing here? Yeah. Nuit de Tuberose. Look. Read that. Look. Read it. Really surprised by this. This is a super light fragrance. It's, I guess maybe I'm used to tuberose fragrances that are way out there, where it's like buttery, indolic, animalic, kind of coconutty, smooth green tuberose. It's there, it's in the background. It's kind of voted as the main note on Fragrantica. Not that it's the Bible, but it's a good reference point. Let's just put that right out there. The tuberose is here. The citruses are backing off a little bit. And this is a quiet one, I would say. It's not a bold tuberose fragrance. This is understated in a kind of elegant way. I like it. This is more complex than I thought as well. I thought that this brand could produce, because I was done and based it on the fact that I'd smelled 2 of their fragrances, so hence the spotlight video. It feels like there's an element of kind of wateriness to this one. It's so funny, your expectations. I mean, let's just sit and chat for a second. When I think of tuberoses, I always expect something to whack me in the face. I always feel like that's how it's going to be, because that is the nature of that flower. It's always the star of the show, you know, it's the diva in the perfume formula. And this one, while it's tuberosy, it feels kind of a little bit more on the jasmine, leaning towards a more jasmine type of feeling. Is jasmine even in here? No. But who knows? You smell what you smell. Everyone has different interpretations of a smell all the time. You might smell something completely different to me, and that's what makes it exciting. It's there. The tuberose is there. I'm going to move on, because this name of this next one is intriguing me. It's called Fou de Absinthe. The only word I know in French, fou, is Le Fou from Beauty and the Beast. I'm so uncultured. Anyway, let's look it up and see what it is. So this one's an aromatic fougere. It has notes of star anise, pine tree needles, wormwood, which is the thing that is used to flavour absinthe. It's kind of like an aniseedy type smell. Fir balsam, incense, nutmeg, angelica, cloves, ginger, pepper, blackcurrant, and patchouli. This sounds amazing. It sounds like it could be that typically masculine kind of fougere thing, but we're going to go with it anyway. I typically don't like aniseedy notes or licorice in fragrances, but we'll see. Ooh, okay, yeah, it is. It smells like somebody drank absinthe in a pine forest. You know, someone had like a campfire party and then went to a pine forest and got drunk and drank absinthe. It's kind of cool. It's very fougere, it's very aromatic, it's very, you know, dare I say masculine. I hate saying that word a lot because fougères are typically masculine. But let's bend the rules, everyone, who cares? I've smelled this before. It's a bit minty. It's green, herbaceous, very crisp, pine foresty with a twist of aniseed in it. It's not something I would ever wear, but I do like the fact that it feels refreshing and it's kind of nice. I like this one. What does fou mean? Someone please tell me. Fou? It's not just Le Fou from Beauty and the Beast, surely. Okay, I can move on from that one. So now we're gonna go on to the ones that are the cutesy ones. Okay, what's this? It's called Sur l'Herbe. I swear guys, Fragrantica cannot find the names of these fragrances at all, like a lot of them. And then when I Google them, it brings up Fragrantica straight at the top. So I don't know what's going on there. But this one's called Sur l'Herbe. Sur l'Herbe. Herbaceous mainly, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, so we're going in. Look at the cuteness of this. It's twinkly and pretty. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I, for one, can't get on with minis because it's just not enough perfume for me. I can get through a 50ml very quickly. So we're going to do Sur l'Herbe. So, Sur l'Herbe, it's an aromatic green. I wouldn't expect anything less. It has notes of lime, aqueous notes, green, neroli, lemon, musk, and amberwood. Amberwood must be some kind of accord or some kind of fantasy thing that the perfumer made up. Fabrice Pellegrin, his name is, by the way. This is nice. This feels like one of those kind of cleansing wipe towel fragrances. That sounds really awful and it's no detriment to the perfumer, but people that like citruses with a tiny part of an aromatic edge, this one you're probably gonna like. It feels to me, I know it sounds really bad, I'm really sorry, but it feels like a fragrance that you would smell on a hot towel kind of thing when you go to an Indian restaurant and they cleanse your hands afterwards, or a seafood restaurant, which I wouldn't know because I don't go to seafood restaurants because I hate seafood. It's pleasant, but there's a weird greenness in this one that it just puts me off of it. I don't know. This one fits the description of it's simple and kind of not that interesting thing. I'm losing my words completely, but it's pleasant. It feels aromatic, but it feels kind of essential oily, aromatherapy, not something I would spray on my skin kind of smell, if that makes sense. So moving on. This one's in a black box. It's called Noir Exqueeze. Okay, so this is an Oriental vanilla. Something that didn't really come about until Angel was released in 1996. Oriental vanillas, I don't think really existed, to my knowledge. Look, it's even got a little black bottle. It's cute. Let's have a look. I'm using parts of skin that I just need to. It's like real estate up in here. You know what I mean? So this is chestnut, hazelnut, chestnut, maple syrup, vanilla, coffee, ebony wood, tonka, sandalwood, heliotrope, orange, and orange blossom. This note list sounds absolutely divine. I don't really like gourmand fragrances. Well, I do like them, I just don't really wear them anymore. This is really nice. It's really nice. It's a good one. It feels like it's got something citrusy that cuts through the gourmand, which is always nice. Sometimes when something's fully gourmand, where it's cupcake, chocolate, cocoa, caramel, pastry, popcorn, everything like that, it feels like it's too much. And this is gourmand, it's like sour at the same time. What is doing that? That's so bizarre. It's almost like if you mixed orange juice into milk, where it shouldn't really go, but it does. Side note, as a child, I got out of school once because I mixed orange juice and milk and told my mum that I threw up and put it in a bowl, and she believed me. Sorry, mum. I love you. Yeah, sharp and creamy at the same time. It's very lactonic, very strange in a weird way. This is I wouldn't call it an oriental vanilla. I would call it a citrus gourmand, if that's even a category of fragrance, which I don't think it is, but wow, that's weird. Weird, but interesting. Okay, we have 2 left. We'll see what they are. This one's Histoire d'Orange. So, the history of oranges. Oh, I forgot that I had things in here hiding as well from the same brand. Okay, so we have more than 2 left. Histoire d'Orange. I must say, one of these is jumping out off of my skin way more than a lot of the others. I think it's probably the Seville Orb, the one that I said that was the smooth orange blossom that's had the beeswax in it. This one it's here, it's going so strong, and it's taking on this vanillic tone that is the woodier side of vanilla, because vanilla is usually seen as cupcakey and sweet and fun, but vanilla is actually quite woody when you smell it in its pure form. This one is going so strong. It's the richest L'Artisan Parfumeur fragrance that I've smelled of the bunch and ever, which is basically all of them right now. Grantica is having a massive bitch fit about me searching things, because I think it's all of the apostrophes and the Frenchness of it. But this one on paper sounds amazing. It's Neroli Orange Blossom, Tea, Ambroxan, Tonka, and Musk. So, oh, this is gorgeous. This is so pretty, this one. This is the exact opposite of the one with the beeswax. This is the Orange Blossom that is bright, effervescent, spring, really light, veil kind of smell. This one's lovely. This is probably my favourite of the bunch. Did I say there was a favourite before? I can't remember. This one's taken over whatever I said before. If you want that beautiful kind of pure orange blossom smell, Neroli mainly actually, it's not as kind of golden and honey-like as Orange Blossom Absolute. This is more about the greenery of Neroli. This is so casual, lovely. I would buy this one. I actually want this one. I want you now. Histoire d'Orange, Orangeuse, I think it's called. This one's lovely. I'm gonna put you to the side and keep you for later. The next one's called Abord de la. Let's look it up and see what it is. So looking at the notes of this one, I don't know what to expect. It's got a violet, lots of citruses, rosemary, and orange blossom. Man, do they love orange blossom, or did I just happen to have the orange blossom ones? I'm not sure. I'm running out of skin, but I do have a wrist free. This feels very herbal citrus. This is, again, it's kind of almost like an aromatic essential oil kind of aromatherapy feeling. It's good. It almost feels like there's lemongrass in here. Why would it smell like that? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a combination of lemon and some kind of greenery, but it's very light. I can imagine that this isn't a full test, you know, but I can imagine that if you wore this, it probably wouldn't last very long. A lot of the ingredients in here seem to feel like they're gonna just vanish immediately because there's no weight to it. I guess there's musk in here, which is cool, but it smells like lemon sherbet. It's fizzy and it's kind of bright. It's very pleasant on the nose because citruses, pleasant. You know, we eat them, we love them, we have them in our drinks, we have them around the house. Citruses are great, but in perfume, for me personally, they're always a little bit lackluster, and this one is solely focused on citruses to my nose with a touch of greenery, and there's a tiny bit of sweetness, which it's not interesting enough for me to comment too much about it. So right now it's like this. I think some of them are really cool. Some of them are okay. None of them are edgy, but this brand is, I don't think, trying to be different. You know, it's very French and classic and gorgeous. So we have two left, these two tiny little things here. One's called Volleyer de Roses. The other one's called Passage d'Enfer. Okay, unscented wet wipe in between. We have clean skin. This one is Volleyer de Roses. I'm guessing from the rest of my experience with this brand, it's going to be quite a simple one. I'm guessing it's going to be just rose, but you never know. It's only rose, patchouli, plum. That could be dark, deep, interesting. We'll see. Way not what I was expecting. Not at all. There is a billion perfumes out there that are rose patchouli. There's a billion fragrances out there that are rose oud. And this one is the perfect balance of both. It's not groundbreaking. It's not anything that I feel is amazing, but it hits a chord. It's nice. I like it. Is nice good though? Question I ask myself all the time. It's nice. It's very simple. Rose patchouli and plum, not really. There's not really plum here. There's something very sweet though. It's almost like there's a vanilla rushing forward that's overtaking what I smelled in the first 10-20 seconds. So this one is the simplest one of all of them. It smells like rose, patchouli and vanilla. And okay, so the last one is called Passage d'Enfer. It's incense, lily, wood and musk. I like all of those things, so we'll see. I love incense. Lily can be crazy, but we'll see. It smells nothing like I thought it was going to. Again, I need to put more of this one on. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, I really like this. I guess because I'm an incense whore, I love incense, but it's not in any way, shape or form a dark, brooding, smoky incense. This is very light, almost herbaceous and a touch of a floral tone. I like this. Simple though, super simple. This is one of those ones that I feel like I want to smell like this. And it's the first one I think that I felt like that about. There's something mysterious about this, even though it's very simple. I don't know, it's one of those fragrances that makes me feel like if I smelled this on somebody, I would ask them what it is. The incense in here is not smoky. It's almost like frankincense in its resinous form, but without being green, because frankincense is kind of green sometimes. And this one's my favorite. I didn't even know it and I saved the best till last. This is cool. I had fun smelling these. I think they're cool. My opinion of them is definitely changed. I considered them to be a brand of simplicity and easygoing things that I would say you could be layered. I was dumb to do that because I'd smelled 2 of them and I never form an opinion that quickly. As a perfume lover, I always will go a bit deeper or at least wear something a few times. But a spotlight is just to kind of brush over things and get a feel of the ingredients or their style. And this one threw me for a loop. There was a couple that surprised me, especially that weird beeswax orange blossom one. But mainly I stick to what I said when I say that there are a lot of simple ones. Given I've smelled 10 out of 96. Who am I to even do this video? I don't know. Anyway, I hope it helped. I hope you liked this video. I had fun smelling them. Anyway, I'm out on my know. Click my logo down there to subscribe or hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys soon for another video. Goodbye. I'm so tired. I've been editing videos for 4 hours. It's time for wine. Okay, bye.